Hey, I'm Scott.
And I'm Chris.
And this is Doxalogic, where we help you think with your Bible.
All right, last question for this episode before we move on to our new segment that we're doing. What should a Christian sports fan do when all of the major leagues and teams are fully behind the LGBTQ agenda?
A sports fan.
What should
Chris, you like sports, right?
What should they do?
Bree?
Not as much as Bree.
Bree loves sports.
She's got a shirt.
sports.
She's got a shirt that
So
just
do
says
I.
sports. You both have one, right?
High
Am I
five.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, matching tees.
It's
Says
solidarity for
sports on it.
sporting.
Yeah,
you know?
solidarity. I
Sports.
admire you guys' love of
Go
sports.
team.
But really, what do they do? One option, and so I would say there's a conscience principle here, where for one, it may be there's just a full on not the word like canceled or whatever, but you're gonna just cancel your following. You're done. You're done with the team. You're done with the sport, maybe, or you just don't watch. I know a lot of people got completely turned off to football, pro or whatever, and they're never going back. And it's like, okay, that's not a bad decision, but I also have room for the fact that it's not everyone's decision. Same thing with the NHL, the National Hockey League, has got quite a conundrum going on in that it was a very few number of hockey players that were refusing to come out in the rainbow colors. They were literally wearing given warm-up jerseys with the rainbow colors to have Pride Month, which I thought was only in June. It turns out it can be any time of the year now. And a couple of, interestingly enough, international, like Ukrainian or Russian hockey players who were Christians refused on religious grounds, and they got more or less just crucified in the media. However, it emboldened slowly a few more on each team. So now that almost every team has dissenters on Christian conviction, not just, I don't like it. They're speaking about their faith and, the religious liberty thing, right? And so they've got quite a conundrum going on to hopefully renege what they've been doing. But for the fan, you can do nothing and continue watching and pray that this changes, or you can't completely cancel it. I don't think there's only one solution.
Yeah.
Well, this stinks because you used to watch sports to kind of
Escape that.
get
right?
out of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, this is why I'm doing this tonight. I wanted to watch this. I'm not. And unfortunately, it's become where, people have been really dumb about this. Like, you're an athlete. You don't have anything to say. Like, don't say that. They're also not an expert on politics. They're also not. That's true. But if you go that way, it just sounds so like demeaning and dehumanizing, even to just be like, you're an athlete, so you have nothing to say. You may have something to say, but the platform is sports. And so give us sports, and unfortunately it feels like everything this day has to come with some sort of allegiance to a particular worldview, to a particular, LGBTQIA plus, you name it, sort of thing. And it's sad. It's sad, honestly, because, and again, in a limited way that don't take over your life, because sports easily can. Sports can be a sweet gift, and it's just sad to see that going that way. And then you think about, it's not just professional sports, it's college sports, because what college isn't, that's public, isn't kind of walking down the woke or the Marxist,
or the transgender stuff now,
all kinds of different issues there. I'm thinking about it from the perspective of my brother, who is a professional athlete in the MLS, which is Major League Soccer, and has refused himself to wear the same thing, Chris. I don't remember if it was the trans flag or colors or just the rainbow kind of thing, but had some pushback about his saying, hey, I'm not going to do that. At the beginning, he was kind of confused as to how he should handle it, because he wants to make sure it's like, hey, listen, we love people, but love doesn't rejoice in wrongdoing. It rejoices with the truth, 1 Corinthians 13 says. So if I'm going to love, then I can't support this demonic, expression of ungodliness, really. And so he's pushed back against that as well. But there is a prevailing culture in in sports that is woven into the very fabric of the highest levels of the sport that it's going to be hard for you to stand up. In fact, I know because of Aaron's past with the U.S. national team that there are certain individuals on that team with strong Christian convictions that they'd rather just not pick up and keep in the pool of players because they can probably find a replacement for you, and they'd rather have people towing
Not
that
have the
line.
headache of having a dissenter.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's interesting. So I don't remember what the question was.
What should they do?
What should a Christian sports fan do?
Oh, yeah. You have to wrestle with that.
Yep.
And you, I think, you're free to make more than one decision to address what is a real issue. And so it depends on the person.
Yeah. I'll have no problem giving up sports.
Yeah, giving it up. And I just don't watch as many sports myself, and I've been the better for it. I've not missed watching sports as much as I did when I was younger.
Yeah. It's not like a life-altering thing that you need to live.
In that sense, it could be a gift.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord's hemming you in with your sports watching, and now you're kind of like, I'm put off by that. Well, praise be to God, maybe in that sense, that it's redeeming some of your time to focus on other things.
Yep. Well, thanks, guys.
You've been listening to Doxalogic, a podcast by Doxa Church in Rockland, California. To learn more, visit us online at doxa.church.